For the residents of Armenia's Markara village in the Armavir region, the morning starts with the sound of the Islamic call to prayer. The sound is coming from the village of Alijan on the other side of the border. The village is less than a kilometer away from the Turkish border. As the Armenia-Turkey normalization process continues, the prospect of opening the border has been a heated topic of discussion for the villagers.
One of the oldest villages of the Armavir region is Markara, which has more than 300 years of history. My grandfathers were born in the Igdir province in present-day Turkey, but then moved to Markara since the day it was founded. I was also born here. I have been living here for 72 years.
My grandmother was from Alijan. Their house was the first house by the bridge. When they emigrated in 1915, they were forcibly displaced twice from their family home. They were able to return to Alijan once and left it again. That's why they didn't go far. They stay in this village, hoping that they would return. My uncle always looked longingly at that house. He said, "My family house is there."
The residents here know that the opening of the Armenia-Turkey border will drastically change their situation. Discussions and debates about the border are commonplace.
As long as I can remember, they have been talking about opening this border. I have been here for 37 years. Throughout all those 37 years I have been living here, they have been talking about opening the border.
Disagreements amongst the villagers are also common. Some avoid expressing their opinions on camera, so the other villagers don't hear.
One way or another, sooner or later, that border will open. It's not subject to discussion. It will definitely open. We've been living side by side for so many years. No matter how much you don't like your neighbor, you have to be civil.
If they start bringing agricultural products from Turkey and fill our market, we have a hard time selling our products anyway, so it'll be even harder to sell if their products fill up the market. Our products will be harder to sell. Why does the farmer cultivate? Why does he suffer? Do you see what I'm doing in this heat? Industry will develop. They will import clothes, so we won't have to import it through third countries like Georgia, which makes it more expensive. Now, some say we shouldn't open the border, but let's take a look. The clothes we all wear are Turkish-made. In all our homes, we have Turkish-made refrigerators or some other household appliance which is Turkish-made. 90% of the materials we use in construction are Turkish. People sleep here with their doors unlocked and left open. What will happen when the Turk passes through? The safety of our families comes first. Other issues are secondary. The most important thing is our physical safety.
It's forbidden to film the border. Instead, one of the villagers showed how little distance there is between Markara and Alijan.
Every morning, I can take a stone and throw it into Turkey. Does that explain the proximity? I can literally throw a stone from my window and it would land across the Turkish border.
Though close in proximity, Markara and Alijan are worlds apart. The Armenians of Markara can only make assumptions about life in Alijan, and only from the sounds they hear from the other side of the border. Armenians in Markara hear lots of sounds coming out of Alijan, but in Alijan, not many sounds come out of Markara.
Sometimes we hear fireworks. We hear the sounds of weddings taking place, religious rituals. There are Yazidis in our village. They say that Yazidis and Kurds live on the other side of the border as well. They talk to each other by shouting across from one bank of the Araxes River to the other.
Kurds are living there along the border, not Turks. Only the soldiers stationed there are Turks. In the Muezzin, you hear him at 5 a.m., 7 a.m., 1:15 p.m., and 9 p.m. There is a wedding once a week too, so they live well, I think.
Don't you have weddings here in Markara?
Weddings here are 1 in 1,000, if someone has a relative who can fund it.
Every day we hear the azan. At dawn, at noon, in the evening. They turn on microphones and we hear the call to prayer. We also hear wedding songs. We hear election rallies. But we do not know their language, so we don't understand anything. People there make their prayers and we make ours. But they don't hear us praying, but we hear them praying. The church which was here was demolished by the Soviets. A small chapel was built, which is not a church. People just go there and light candles. The location of the church is not visible from their side.
Some don't think those across the border will become good neighbours after the border opens. Some say that time is needed, and some are not sure if they will stay or just sell their house and leave.
If I had 5 daughters and all 5 were blind, I still would not give one to a Turk. They will overpower us. If my house is now worth $10,000, but a Turk comes and offers $500,000, naturally, I will sell my house to him.
If they come walking through our street, what shall I do? Let them walk as long as they don't disturb me.
For now, life in Markara continues as it has for years. But as Ankara and Yerevan continue their overtures of normalizing relations and opening the border, life in Markara could change dramatically in the coming years.